So ordinary encoding. So practically what we do is we need to be able to create, first of all, export the ordinary encoder. We're going to create an object of it. And then what we're going to do is, I think we're missing here. This is supposed to be ord encode. So we're going to use it to transform our data from the X string columns into, and we're still going to set them back into it. So what we're doing is we're encoding the columns information back to itself. So we're replacing the string values of the feature of the column and making them into numbers. So that's what we're doing. And then we can use the same thing for the test data. So here is for the, I think I just talked about this. Yeah, talked about this already. To be able to encode it one hot encoding, we practically do the same thing as we did for the ordinary encoder. So we practically import this one hot encoder. We create the object. We use that object to set the output transform using pandas. We then fit our training data with the columns, and then we get the features that we have generated. Remember, we're gonna create features labels for each of the values in that column. And so we can use that to get our columns, which is dog, cat, sheep, lion, and horse, and we're gonna save them on this variable. We're gonna use we're gonna redefine the values in those columns. We're not gonna redefine it, but we're gonna add them and add those values after it's being transformed. The same thing with the test. That's just what I talked about. And then the dummy variable, we practically use, it's practically the same as the one encoder. Practically the same concept. Nothing changes. The only thing different is that you have one less feature. Resampling methods, cross-validation methods are one of the simplest and most widely methods to estimate the skill of machine learning. The method will focus on the k-fold cross-validation, which splits the training data set into k-folds, which each piece of the data only appears in the test once. So practically what we do is we are separating the data into k-folds. We still have our training data there. We are training set, and we have our k set as well. In a k-fold, we split the training data into k clunks, and each training interaction will hold one chunk of the first test on time. For k equals 5 chunks, we can train our model 5 separate times before doing our final test. So here again, we're separating our data into k different sections, and we're gonna take turns on which one would be the test set or the validation test, so that we can train it with different hyperparameters values. And then we can calculate the error for each one, but we're not gonna do that. Very important, we do not use any of the models trained during k-folds. They are purely for evaluation purposes. And then the syntax for sklearn makes it easier to, with the cross-validation score function, we provide the model training data in a numer CV folds to run cross-validation. So this is the number of cross-validation folds to run. Then it provides a list of scores. So you can see here the cross-validation score will be the model, the X-train, the Y-train, and the cross-validation of 10. So this is going to create a CV scores. And so that's the end of that one. Sorry for taking that long. I'll go and post these videos, and I'll see you guys next time.